He was the next Schumacher, Germany's golden boy, fast, precise, and unstoppable. A world champion at 23, a four-time champion by 26. For a while no one could touch him. Pole positions, perfect races, records shattered. But from the top the only way left was down. The dominance faded. The mistakes crept in. Spins, penalties, politics. A cold team, an early exit. The feared champion reduced to a midfield fighter. This is more than stats and titles, it's what happens when greatness fades. This is the rise and fall of Sebastian Vettel. It all started in the rain. Monza 2008. In a Toro Rosso, Red Bull's junior team, Sebastian Vettel shocked the world. Pole position on Saturday, victory on Sunday. At just 21, he became the youngest Grand Prix winner in history, but it wasn't luck. Red Bull saw it too, and in 2009 they gave him the call-up. He delivered instantly. That year, he nearly won the championship. In 2010, he went one better. Despite being third in the standings going into the final race, Vettel pulled off a stunning title win in Abu Dhabi. He wasn't leading the championship all year, just at the end, when it mattered most. From there, the dominance began. Between 2010 and 2013, Vettel was untouchable. 4 straight world titles, third of 4 victories, pole after pole. And when the lights went out, he was gone. His style was ruthless: lead into turn 1, build the gap, control the race. 2011 was a masterclass, 15 poles, 11 wins. He wrapped up the title with 4 races to spare, but it was 2013 that defined him. After the summer break, Vettel was unbeatable. He won the final 9 races in a row, a streak no one's matched since. The finger celebration, iconic. The boos from the crowd, they didn't shake him. He was dominant and unapologetic. Behind the helmet was a fiercely intelligent racer, analytical, obsessive, demanding. He built a team around him and they delivered. By 26, Sebastian Vettel was a 4-time world champion, and for a moment it looked like he might match Schumacher or even surpass him. But in Formula One, dominance never lasts forever. 2014 changed everything. New regulations, turbo-hybrid engines, and Red Bull, once dominant, were suddenly nowhere. Vettel didn't win a single race that season. Worse, he was beaten by his new teammate, Daniel Ricciardo. Just like that, the unstoppable force looked human. Mistakes crept in. The car wasn't cooperating. The magic was fading. At the end of 2014, Sebastian Vettel left Red Bull. His next move, Ferrari. It was the ultimate dream to follow in the footsteps of Schumacher, to bring glory back to Maranello, and in the beginning it looked like it might actually happen. He won 3 races in 2015 right out of the gate. The passion was there. The team believed in him. He was smiling again, but Mercedes were still too strong, and over the next 2 years, Ferrari drifted behind. Then came 2017. Ferrari finally built a car that could fight for the championship, and Vettel led the title race for most of the season. But pressure and reliability struck again. Singapore, Japan, Mexico. All it took was a few bad weekends and the title slipped away. 2018 was his last real shot. He started strong, winning in Australia and Canada. But the turning point came at Hockenheim, his home race. Leading in the rain, he slid off into the barriers. The image of his red car nose first in the wall became symbolic of a season, of a career. From there, it unraveled. Ferrari grew impatient. Leclerc was promoted in 2019 and the team dynamic shifted. Seb went from being the leader to defending himself from within. The spins became frequent, the criticism louder. And in 2020, without even waiting for the season to end, Ferrari announced they were letting him go. Not with a bang, but a quiet, brutal goodbye. By now the grid had changed. Young stars were rising. Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, and Vettel. Once the benchmark was being left behind. His confidence had taken a hit, so had his reputation. To many, his story seemed over. Just another champion who couldn't adapt. But what people forgot was his fire, the passion that never faded. Even at his lowest, Vettel never stopped showing up for the fans, for the sport, and for the team around him. He still had something to prove. Not just to the world, but to himself. He wasn't done yet. He just needed a new chapter. It started with a podium in Baku. 2021, Vettel's first year with Aston Martin. The car wasn't a winner, but he was. In Azerbaijan, he kept his cool through the chaos and finished second, his first podium since leaving Ferrari. And in Hungary, he crossed the line in P2 again, fighting from 10th on the grid. The wins were gone, but the magic wasn't, and neither was his purpose. At Aston Martin, Vettel redefined himself not just as a driver, but as a leader with a voice. He spoke up when others stayed silent. He wore rainbow colors in places that banned them. He kneeled for causes bigger than racing. He picked up litter in the stands and planted bee-friendly flowers around paddocks. In a fuel-burning sport, he pushed for sustainability. The ruthless champion from 2013 had become the conscience of Formula One, and fans noticed. The boos, gone. In their place, cheers, banners, standing ovations. Even rivals spoke of their respect because Vettel never changed who he was. He just grew into someone even greater. When he announced his retirement in 2022, the paddock stood still, not just for the titles but for the integrity. Sebastian Vettel didn't leave chasing records. He left having earned something deeper: admiration, and a legacy that goes far beyond the track. Some called him a hypocrite and environmentalist in a V6 hybrid, but Vettel leaned into the contradiction. He didn't claim to be perfect, only that doing something was better than doing nothing. He became a fan favorite all over again, not because he was winning but because he was real. Young drivers looked up to him, fans admired him, even rivals respected him. In a sport built on ego and silence, Sebastian Vettel found purpose in speaking up, his legacy. It isn't just about titles or records, it's about courage, compassion, and growth. Abu Dhabi, November 2022. Sebastian Vettel lined up for his 299th and final Formula One Grand Prix. No title on the line, no dominant car, but the emotion unmistakable. Drivers paid tribute with a guard of honor on the grid. The paddock was full of dank Seb messages. Even longtime rivals came to say goodbye. In the race, he fought like it was 2010 again: wheel-to-wheel battles, classic Vettel defense, and a final points finish in 10th. But this time it wasn't about position, it was about presence. He took one last lap, waving to the grandstands, soaking in every cheer. It wasn't just a farewell, it was a celebration. Of the racer, the champion, the human. Vettel didn't leave the sport as just a four-time world champion. He left as a voice of reason, of change, of heart. And as he stepped out of the car one final time, the world stood to applaud a career and a legacy that will never be forgotten. From the youngest Grand Prix winner to a four-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel's career wasn't just legendary, it was human. He rose through the ranks with talent and precision, broke records, and dominated an era. But his legacy isn't just the numbers, it's the man behind the helmet. He spoke out for the environment, for equality, for love over hate. In a world where silence is easy, Vettel chose to stand, and fans noticed. He became more than a racer, he became a role model. He inspired a generation not just to race but to care. Even in his final years, his passion never faded. The fire was still there, the wheel-to-wheel battles, the podiums, the humor, but most of all the grace. He stepped away on his own terms. No drama, no bitterness, just a quiet goodbye in a paddock full of respect. Sebastian Vettel didn't just leave F1, he left a mark. Dank Seb, for the speed, for the voice, for the heart.